Hello there, this is Henry with the Referral Guys, and welcome to one of our tutorials on how to rank your website at the very top of Google, or at least in the top 3 slots where all the money's being made. First of all, I want to show you some proof of some of the stuff that I've been able to do for some of our clients. We have here a very competitive term, Dentist Fort Worth, which is extremely competitive. As you can see, we've ranked our client's website right here at the very top of Google. Show you another example. Limo Service Fort Worth, which is another extremely competitive. You're looking at about 900,000 people in Fort Worth. We're at the very top of Maps, and we're in second position right here. We will be taking first position. I'm just treading on ice right now. I don't want to put too much power on the site and outrank this guy too quickly. Normally, I on some niches where the URL has been in place, like this guy's URL has been there for probably the last 5 years. You don't want to throw a whole bunch of links at your site because you'll get de-indexed that way. But we will take the #1 spot, and this guy's extremely happy of all the traffic that he's getting. Another one, which is another huge niche, is Roof Repair Fort Worth. And we're at the very top here of Maps in a very good geo-targeted area. We'll talk about geo-targeting down the road. And as you can see, we also have the #1 spot there. We're also ranking for multiple terms here in the city of Fort Worth. Now, let me see here. Let me give you one more. Another one that we have is Pest Control Fort Worth. As you can see, we're at the very top in Fort Worth, and we're in second position right here. But I do want you to know that we've been going back and forth between first and second position for a good season now. This guy's been here for about 8 years at #1, or well, about 5 years, 2010. He's been #1 since 2010. This site's only 6 months old, and we're already right underneath them, and we've even taken #1s on several occasions. So as you can see, obviously I'm doing something right. And what I want to train you on this whole tutorial is what am I doing to get the kind of results that I've been able to achieve, and how am I getting there? Okay, so here we go. We are in today's training, and we're going to be talking about off-page SEO. That's the actual point of today's training. I'm going to teach you exactly what I'm doing in-house with my guys and my staff at the Referral Guys to be able to rank my stuff, all of our clients' websites, all of my lead gen sites. Now, first of all, I just want to say, if you follow this procedure, you're going to have a 95% success rate to rank in most niches. I mean, if you go out there and you try to rank for gold, man, obviously you're not going to be able to rank for that. Go out there and try to rank for Viagra. It's going to be extremely hard for you to rank for those terms. But in most local lead gen sites, you should do just fine. You should rank at the very, if not in the very top spot, #1, you should be ranking at least from #4 through #1, and then from there it's all gravy. You can continue to add your backlinks and follow the procedure, and within a few months you should be at the very top spot. So off-page SEO setup is what we're going to be talking about today, and I got a couple of 5 points here. How to fire up your PBNs. I just want to mention this right now. Google already knows that SEO guys are using PBNs. They've known this for a long time, but they've never had an algorithm to be able to tell if you're using PBNs. I mean, they obviously they're very smart. They know what they're doing, and they know how to catch us. So we, on the other hand, have to do everything within our power to make sure that we do things a certain way for things to look legit. Most PBNs nowadays are not working. The mistake people are making is that they're buying a PBN, and immediately the first day that they buy the PBN, they're pointing links to their money site. Big no-no. Don't do that. There's a certain way of doing it now. Remember this, that traffic is the next PBN. Traffic is the next PBN. And if you don't have traffic to your PBN site, then you're not going to have the success rate, or the PBN's not going to work to its full capacity. So you have to loosen all the backlinks that are on the PBN so they can be loosened over to your money site. And there's a certain structure that we have to follow to do that. Okay, #2, How to use SynWire. We're going to be covering that, which is extremely important in the procedure. And it's also probably 50% of the reason why I'm killing my competition right now. I make in the middle of six figures, 500,000 plus a year doing SEO work. We also have a few brick and mortar businesses that are very successful, but this SEO work that I'm doing now, and I've only been doing SEO work for a year. Come November the 12th, that's when I first started getting into SEO. Now I'm already making that kind of money. How am I doing this? Well, it's simple. I find out what guru SEO guys are doing, and I do exactly what they do, and I start to experiment with it for myself. With my guys, we have a few 50, 40 dummy sites out there that we experiment with on a weekly basis to see exactly what we can get away with Google. And this procedure right now in October 2015 is working wonderful. You don't want to deviate from it. Maybe your procedure right now, your protocol, whatever you're using, is working wonderful for you, but this is working awesome for us and we're making good money with it. So SynWire is definitely a thing you're going to have to purchase. I think you can pick it up for like 99 bucks a month. That's what we pay. Number three is how to use SpinWriter, because who the heck has time to sit there and write? We have over 150 money sites and over 700 PBNs. Who in the heck has time to sit there and write all those stories? I'm going to have to hire on a team of about 30 guys just to do that, because you have to continually be putting a drip of content on your PBN. That's extremely important. Now, when I say continually, I'm talking about 3 story, 4 stories a week, every week, 52 weeks out of the year. And I continually do this way that Google will loosen all the PBNs juice that's on there when I point it over to my money site. So SpinWriter is absolutely my buddy, my partner in crime. If I don't have it, I am dead in the water. And there are some myths out there right now that Google's on to the spin writing text. That's bullshit. Don't believe that. I use this all the time, and I'm ranking super awesome with this. Number four on the list is how to use big content. Oh, this one here is a big one. It's extremely important. And then fifth on the list, and just as important as all the rest, I bring it home on how to structure your PBNs. Let's jump right into it, man. Okay, first thing I do is I got my money site. Make sure you build all your site. I want to talk fast because we got to move fast. We want to finish up in 1 hour. So you got your money site here. And on-page SEO is extremely important. If you do on-page SEO incorrectly, none of the stuff that I'm doing here right now will probably work as good. You're not going to get the top ranking. So you need to look for one of my other videos on what to look for on page SEO. But anyways, we're talking about off-page SEO right now. So off-page SEO, you got your SynWire set up right here, and you start to blast your money site. And that's important because you want for it to index naturally. And how better naturally can it index than for your money site to be on all these social buttons that SynWire sets up for you? I think they set up something like 35, 40 different social media buttons, bookmarkers, and all that good stuff. And man, this is extremely important. This is one of the main reasons why I'm able to rank at the very top. This could change next year, 2 years from now, but for right now, this is what's in, and this is the flavor of the year. This is exactly how we're going to be closing off 2015, going into 16, and social media is the way to go. What happens is that social media has great domain authority, but it has no link juice. But what you do is you do this. Don't point links from your PBN for at least 2 weeks from the time of purchase. Only point fresh content for about 4 stories a week with no links. During this time, you will need to blast your PBN down here, your PBN every other day with SynWire. So there's two things here. Number one, you're going to be putting up fresh content, 4 stories a week to your PBN. Say if I buy a PBN today, so by next week this time, I should have at least 4 fresh stories on there with no links whatsoever. All I have on there is just good stories, 4 to 1,000 words a story. Where am I going to get that? Who's going to have time for that? Well, I'll tell you exactly. I will show you how I do that and what's going on behind all that. So the concept behind this is to blast your site with social media, your money site, and also your PBNs. Important note here, you'll have to set up two different campaigns, one with your PBN. Let me give you a shortcut to this. So you don't have to set up, because this kind of gets expensive after a while. You don't have to set up individual SendWire accounts for each PBN. What I do is I have 15 accounts set up and I name them PBN, and I use all my PBNs on those social media for SendWire. Hope that makes sense for you, and I'll explain it more in detail here in a little bit. But your money sites, you absolutely, without a doubt, have to have them set up under the money site name, and you only use the money sites just for content for and pertaining to the niche that you're going after. Do not put in, I'm going to repeat that again. Do not use your money site SendWire accounts to mix up other PBNs or other money sites on that. That's a big no-no. You'll get busted by Google. You don't want to do that. It's going to hurt your rankings instead of helping it. So this is the basic setup here. So what we do is we don't point the actual PBN when I purchase it. We don't point that bad boy straight back over to the money site right off the bat. What I normally do is I wait 2 to 3 weeks and I start hitting this money site along with the PBN with social media blasts for 3 weeks. And I'm putting up consistent content on there. So at the end of 3 weeks, you should have at least 12 stories on your PBN, each PBN that you're using. And it should be relevant content to your money site. What I'm doing right now, and it's making me an extreme amount of money, is that I'll buy a PBN that has nothing in the world to do with the money site niche. And I will transfer, I won't use this PBN at all for any other niche other than, say, for instance, I'm selling polo shirts. And I will start writing stories about polo shirts and the importance of polo shirts, the comfort of polo shirts, and how great polo shirts are. And I'll put up 12 individual unique stories on each one of my PBNs before I ever point it back over. I'll also do, now listen to this one, I'll also do citations, local citations for these PBNs that have to do with what? That have to do with polo shirts in the description for the directories. I don't waste a bunch of money. I waste $35 in addition to each PBN, $35, and I go to Fiverr, and I'll show you at the end of the video where I go to Fiverr so I can get some real cheap citations done. So then I start to transfer the actual niche of this domain, the original niche, into polo shirts or whatever niche you have. I hope that makes sense to you. So let's dive over here. Setting up your SendWire accounts. Use Fiverr, pay only $10 to set up campaigns in your SendWire. So you're going to pay this guy in Fiverr to set up all the campaigns for you. He's going to go out there, he's going to start registering to Tumblr, to Twitter, and every other social media button you can think of. And he does it all for $10. I want to show you the guy that I use. And then he sets it up in your SendWire account. That's extremely important because if you're sitting there setting all this stuff up, you're going to be there for an eternity. Make sure, point number 2, to ask Fiverr gig guy or person to send you an Excel sheet with your campaign login. Example right here. I did this for one of our sites here, and I have all the information. It's a SendWire account creation, and these are all the different accounts that are on there. There's exactly 38 accounts with login credentials and all that goody stuff. If you were to go over here, you would be able to see that the sites are live right now, and we're already posting to them. Let's go over here, and I will show you. Look at that. That's one of our sites right there. And as you can see, there is one of our anchor texts. There's one of our anchor texts there, and it's pointing over to one of my PBNs. You see that? What do you think about them apples? Haha. And Google loves this. They love it when they get a chance to see that there's a lot of social media going on. There's a lot of buzz in the internet going on with your website. So make absolutely sure that you ask the gentleman that's doing your gig, if you don't use my guy or whatever guy you use, to make absolutely sure to send you this information so you can log into that later. Number 3, start blasting your site at least 3 times per week. 3 times per week, 4 times per week. It doesn't really matter. There's some people out there that do it once a week. There's some people out there that do it twice a week, 7 days a week. I've heard some people do it 7 days a week. Just get your rhythm, whatever time allows you. Okay. All right. SendWire is a lot of work. Is it worth it? My question to you is, how bad do you want a change of lifestyle? So if SendWire is what's going to get you there, if SendWire is the reason why you're going to be able to change the lifestyle of your family, well, who gives a crap about how much work it is? You're going to do it if you want to rank. Now, if you're not willing to pay the sacrifice, what you need to do is just click off the video and go do something cheesy, like work at McDonald's or something. So yes, it is worth the added labor, without a doubt. This is the reason why I'm making a 6-figure salary and some every single year. This is the reason why I'm making $250,000 for $300,000, and I've only been doing SEO work. Listen to this. I've only been doing SEO work for 9 months now. That's it. So obviously I'm doing something right. Something that I'm doing right. And SendWire is a very, very important equation on that. Okay, SendWire posting. Okay, make your life easy by spinning your articles, saving time and money. Show me how. All right, here we go. Before I go there, let me backtrack real quick. Let me go back into SendWire and let me go over to SendWire itself. This is the way SendWire looks right here. These are all the accounts that are set up. As you can see, I've got various accounts that are set up in here. I've got several different accounts that I've got. I got one account here with Money Sites. I've got another account set up just for my PBNs. I've got customer accounts. So however you want to, whatever floats your boat, however you want to use it. But the way this works is simple. If you come over to SendWire and you start using these 3 are the main posting blogs. You got a post blog here, bookmarkers here, and status update. If you use these 3 by themselves and you don't use the other 2 products that I'm fixing to talk to you about, you're going to hate SendWire because it's a lot of work and you're not going to be happy with it. You're going to be happy with the results, but when you see how much time you're going to be at your computer versus the results, you might want to throw SendWire in the trash. That's why it's imperative that you follow exactly what I'm saying. All right. So show me how. Here we go. Programs you will need. We have, first of all, members.bigcontentsearch.com. You're going to go there and you're going to set up an account. It's bigcontentsearch.com. This is where you will be getting fast, relevant content, major time saver. Number 2, you're going to set up an account with spinwriter.com. This will spin your content and prepare it for Fiverr. Let's jump in here and let me show you exactly how this stuff works. Okay. So first of all, what I'll do is I'll go over to this is what your account's going to look like once you have a big content search. Okay. Let me show you how easy this works. So you would come here and you would enter in here. I'm misspelling son of a gun, ain't I? Dentist, or whatever your niche is. All right. Look at all this relevant content that we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stories right off the bat that we can use. We also have dental insurance guide, teeth whitening in Illinois. We've got so many posts up here that we can use and we can respin again. So I'll come over here. I'll grab the story from here. And I'll hit copy. I'll go over to my spin writer, write a single article, write multiple articles. We're going to do a single article. We'll put it right there. And then we're going to hit I feel lucky. You can hit the other one too. Start a rewriting process. I feel lucky today, so I'm going to hit I feel lucky. It's also got setting variables. I'm not here to teach you exactly how you want to set your settings, but you'll get the idea when you get the program. Just follow what I'm doing. And look, this is my spun text already spun into a different article. Now I'm going to get a unique story. And there is my unique story about what exactly my article is going to look like. And what I never do is I never grab the actual title. What I do is I grab just the actual text of the story. Oh, sorry about that. Well, here we go. Forgive me. I'm sorry. If you were posting up to your PBNs, you would post this story in your PBN. And that's all she wrote, baby. And you would just change the name of the article. And that's how easy it is for you to get a story for your PBNs. But since I'm going to be going over to my SynWire, I have to get the actual spun text. Then I go over to SynWire. I'm going to go into Post Blog. Come here to Post Blog. First thing you do is you set up a network. What network you want to use. I want to use this bad boy right here. As you can tell, there's 10 WordPress sites that are set up already that the guy from Fiverr set up for me right here. So what I'll do is I'll come over here and I will enter. Let me do this real quick. This is going to be a little bit easier. Okay, come back over here. So as you can see, I got my story already put in there. You come back up here, pay attention. This is extremely important. You would put on there dental. That's going to be the first part of the actual text. You would do this right here. Make sure you put this particular character. And then you would close it off. I'm just making a bogus title here. You would come down here and you would view it. See that? This is your whole story already in. You can tell it's a completely spun story. Now keep in mind that you spun it once here in SpinWriter, then SynWire will spin it again. Now look at the preview title. Look at that. You see it's gonna post it up differently in different blog posts for you. So this way you don't get busted by Google. As you notice, the story changes. Look at the way the context of the story will change on you. Look at it. See that? Look at that. Look at these first words right here. See that? See that? See that? Look at that. It's a different story every time. So then it'll go over to these 10 networks that are right here. Are you catching on to me? All right, here we go. So you would come back over here and you would do the same thing right there. All you would do is you would come in here and you would hit, let's pick a good word. Let's just pick this. And you would put in your URL, whatever your URL is going to be. Say it's going to be dentist, this guy right here. So you will put your URL on there. boom, and there we go. And that's the same thing we did right here. So on 10 different WordPress blogs, we're going to have our URL on there where Google can find it. And trust me, Google will find it. Is there any authority on these? No, there's domain authority, absolutely, page authority, because it's a WordPress site, but there's no link juice. We'll get to that here in a little bit, and I'll explain to you how it all comes together, okay? So we got that right there, and then what we'll do is come to the very bottom, and we'll hit submit, and that's all. You come over here, and you were to get your same thing, same difference, same repetitive process. You would put your URL right here. You would go back, you would get your story, come in here, you would paste it, put a link into it. Pick a different word, just pick the, you would put your URL, whatever your URL is going to be, just like you would do on your PBNs. Okay, there you go, boom. And then you would write a unique text once again, just the way I showed you in the other video before. We have to hurry up because time's an essence here. So status update, same thing. You would pick up a network, pick out the network you want to use, come to whichever network you want to use, and the same thing all over again. On this one, you don't need to put up a title. All you do is just grab your text, your spun text over here, come back in here, and boom, you would paste it. It'll be the same thing. And you'll see how your text will be spun over and over again just by looking at it. Look at this. See that? How it's spun. And obviously this one here will be going over to 2 networks. So it'll be spun. This way you stay safe. All right, you following me so far? Really easy. Just repeat and rinse again and again and again. Okay? So I already showed you how to use the big content search. I showed you how to use the spin writer as well, how easy that was for you to use. So now you can write limitless posts on your PBN, limitless posts over on any of your SynWire accounts, and you have full control of what you're doing. Okay, so now let's go to the next portion that we talked about. Come over here. We talked about how to structure. We already covered the SynWire, how to set that up. Oh, by the way, you can go over to SynWire. I'm forgetting this. And you can, this is the guy that I use in SynWire right here. This, I don't know if he's Oriental. I guess that's what he is, man. And this guy can set it up for you. He charges 10 bucks. What I normally do is I grab 2 of these gigs, basic gigs right here, and I tell him to set up my information. How do you set it up? Really simple. Go set up a Gmail, and with the actual name of the actual PBN, your Gmail has to have the name of the PBN at gmail.com. And then you would come back over here to Mr. Fiverr. You would get this gentleman right here. Let me see if I can find his name. Yeah, there he is right there. Motley Crew or Motley Glum, whatever. Yeah, Motley Glum is his name. He's awesome. He does great work. He's always on time. He's the guy that I recommend to set it up. And he'll come into your SynWire account and he will set up all your campaigns for you right here. So you don't have to be setting. He's going to set it up in the actual social media. Then he'll come into your SynWire. You'll give him your SynWire login credentials, and he'll set it up for you. And boom, away you go, and away your rankings come by you ranking at the very top of Google. All right, let's go to the next step and the final one. How to structure your PBNs. All right, this is extremely important. I can't even begin to tell you how important this is. All right, so number 1, how to structure your PBNs. You're going to need the following. 4 individuals. Whenever your PBN has already been indexed and you find it, how are you going to find out if your PBN has been indexed? Well, what I normally do is I come over to an incognito window. and I'll hit site, and then I'll type in the URL of whatever PBN is there. So for instance, let me come over here and let me see if I can find one, get you a couple of examples of what I'm talking about. I'm gonna put this on pause real quick. Okay, so you go over to an incognito window. If you want to find out if your PBN has indexed yet, and you will hit site, double dot there, semicolon, I guess is what you would call it. Please excuse me if I'm not right on that. And this will tell you if you have been indexed. And sure enough, this is one of my PBNs. I just bought this 3 days ago, and it has not indexed yet. So I'm going to have to hit it with SpinWire, I'm sorry, and make sure that this sucker gets found by Google faster. That's another added benefit that you can have. So whenever you do have a site that is found by Google, you're going to find stuff like this right here. All right. And there you go. You're going to find all the pages that Google has indexed that site for. So you're going to have multiple pages. Now, here's a rule of thumb. If you see that your site does not show up here in the regular URL by itself, your site has been spammed by Google. Your PBN has been spammed by Google. And there's no way of, it's hard to recover from that. I normally, I don't fight those battles. I just get rid of the PBN. That's why I only buy PBNs for 12 bucks. And they got good domain authority, they got good page authority, they got great backlinks. So if I lose one, I'm really not crying to mama about it because it was only $12. So that gives you a little shortcut there. Okay, let's come back over here. All right, so bear with me. You're going to need 4 individual articles of 500 words pertaining to the niche with key days or keywords. What I mean by that is you're going to need 4 individual articles. Article number 1 will have an anchor text pointing to powerful authority sites like Wiki, Forbes, or you choose what you want. But they have to be very powerful sites. That's what's going to be on the first post of your PBN. It's going to be that right there, and it's not going to have whenever your PBN indexes and you've hit that PBN for 2 weeks straight with SynWire, or you're going to come back in here, you're going to do your first real article, and it's going to have to do with whatever niche that you're trying to go for, obviously, and you're going to point out from there, you're going to point out to authority links only. Okay. Second article, which will be about the 14th article that you'll be putting up on your PBN, because you're going to be dripping content throughout the duration of 2 or 3 weeks. Second article to your home page, anchor text with URL or branding only, not the money word, only your branding, your URL. That's what's going to be in this article. And that will be going to the home page. That's going to be going to the home page. Third article, and this is on your money site, homepage money site. You're going to be using a URL anchor text, homepage. Okay, so we go after the actual name of the website, but we're not actually going after the actual money word. Hope that makes sense to you. Not a money word, only the homepage. Okay, and only an anchor text that has to do with the URL. Okay, article number 3, pointing to the money page. Listen to this, the money page, not the home page. The money page, not the home page, with a naked anchor text like Loans Dallas or Pest Control Fort Worth or whatever the heck your money term is going to be, your keyword's going to be. And that's going over to the money page. Your money page will not be your home page. Remember that. Your money page will not be your home page. Google will bust you if you start going into 2016. You do not want to use your home page for anything else than just, this is your money site, than just your URL. That's it. You don't want any money words. That's why I'm against going after something like, say, limo service Fort Worth, because that's also a money word. And eventually that could get you in trouble with Google. It might not, but I don't want to take that chance. So I go after branding, and I go after that URL so I don't get in trouble for it. And it seems like I'm trying to really hit that URL, which is also the money word, too hard, and I end up getting de-indexed, or I end up losing my ranking that way. Article number 4, you'll be pointing to another money word on a different page from the home page and your other money word page. Okay? Different page with anonymous word link. That means you're going to choose any word on there that's not a money word, and you're gonna highlight it. You're gonna put your anchor text on that word. Try to keep it relevant though, if you can, without shooting yourself in the foot. Let me show you a little example of what this looks like. Okay, here we go. So we got the PBN here. We got the PBN here, and the PBN after 2 weeks, 3 weeks of hitting it with SendWire and blasting the snot out of it, you're going to use that PBN. First link will be going out to your home page. Anchor text URL only the URL. Then you're going to put up another article going over to your keyword. So obviously that'll be page number 2 on your money site. Your money keyword, not the home page. Anchor text like Loans Dallas, your money word. Then you would come over here on the third page. Try to do it on the first 3 pages. On the third page, you would, on that third page is another keyword that you're ranking for, not the home page, not the second the money page, but this is the third page. And your anchor text is going to be a naked anchor text. Choose any word on that page, and that's exactly what you're going to want to do, is just pass that link juice. Okay, now we're going to do a thing called siloing within your money, within your money site, not the PBN. You can also do this for the PBN if you want, but within your money site. You got the home page here, and obviously home page is always going to probably be the strongest. After you do your citations, it's going to take quite a bit of juice. So you want to pass that juice over to your money page. So you would put a link into your home page from this money page right here, which is the second page. Then on your third page, which you're also feeding from your PBN, remember this is the same PBN, and you wrote 4 different links to your money site, 4 different links on different pages to your money site. This is 3 different links. I'm sorry, 3 different links to your money site. I hope this makes sense to you. From your PBN, you're going to send out 3 different links to 3 different pages on your money site. I'm going to say that again. On your PBN, you're going to write 3 different stories pointing over to your money sites, the home page, your money word page, and your second money word page. Want to make sure you don't get that confused, because that's extremely important. Then we're going to do a thing called siloing within your money site. You got your home page here, and your home page obviously has an incredible amount of juice already on it, just because all your citations will be to your home page, and you're going to transfer some of that power over to your money site, your money page. Then you're going to grab your third page that's getting also backlinks put to it, and you're going to put a link in that one back over to this page here, the one you really want to rank for. Okay? I hope all this has made perfect sense to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach us at thereferralguys@gmail.com, and we can answer those. Feel free to visit us on our webpage at thereferralguys.net. And my name is Henry. I hope this has been very useful to you. Thank you. Bye-bye.